Hey guys, welcome back to the Sniper and Chronicles. We're coming back at you with a knife video this time. Okay, I picked this up at kind of like a second-hand shop and didn't really know what it was at first. I could tell it was some kind of a Boy Scout type of knife, but I don't know. I never seen one like this, so that's why I was kind of doubting what it was. Alright, but before we jump into it, if you could do me a big favor and hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, most important, if you find this content or this channel at all entertaining or even maybe informative. So here we go. Yeah, I saw this knife and some of the things about it kind of like threw me off, because usually when you see when I've seen a Boy Scout knife, usually there's a cutout in the bone or wood or whatever they use, plastic, and the shield is sitting inside. This one is sitting on top of this material, and I was kind of like, I was thinking maybe they glued that on, maybe it doesn't belong there, maybe they just glued that to a regular knife. But I did a little research and it turns out that this is a legit Boy Scout knife. And the company, I don't know if you can make it out, is Cattaraugus Cutlery Company. They were a company that's pretty old. I've been collecting knives for a while, and these sort of old pocket knives for a while. I've never heard of that. Never heard of this company. They are from New York State. They're pretty old. They started in the 1800s, and they went up, I think, into the 60s, if I'm not mistaken. But they've been kind of defunct for a while. But from what I saw online, they made Boy Scout knives from like the early 30s to about 1940. So this is a knife that was made for the Boy Scouts. But I've had a few different makers of Boy Scout knives, but like I said, I've never seen one of these made. So this dates, like I said, this is from before 1940, going down to the early 30s. So kind of old, but not too bad a shape. I was surprised finding it that old. Usually these knives, the blades are messed up. The shape of the blades are messed up. They kind of sharpened down really bad, or broken blades and other stuff like that. This one surprisingly has some patina, but the shape of the blade looks pretty true to the original. You can see there. These had like they had a marking in them. I think it was, I can't read it here, but I did see another one online that was cleaner than this one. It's Wit L Craft. So these were marketed as a whittling knife mostly. There are no tools or bottle openers or can openers on this knife. I'll get into that in a second when I open the other blades. And I think underneath here you see of America. Boys, I think over here it says Boy Scouts of America. You can't really make it out there, but from the other blade I saw, that's what that's the inscription I could see. And there in the middle is, I think that's the Boy Scout symbol also, like that. You can barely make it out there in the shadows. So yeah, actually this plate here is not glued. Well, I'll take that back. I'm not sure if it is glued to the top, but it has a pin that goes all the way in. Let me open this blade. has a pin that kind of, you can see the circle there from the tip of the pin that's been peened out. This is actually held. This is actually a pin that goes all the way through to the brass there, which to me kind of explains why this would still be there after all these years, and it's not cut into the material here. It's just sitting on top. So it's because it's been anchored to the metal there. And here's another blade. This is a smaller blade with a I don't know the names of these types of blades. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see this a little bit better. Okay, this blade doesn't have any markings on it, but it has the patina also. These were these were shiny blades. You can still see the shine, even though there's there's rust there, but you can still see these were kind of highly polished, shiny blades. And there's that kind of a whittling knife. This is like the main blade. This is like a smaller whittling knife, and see if I can get this one out by hand. No, it's not cooperating, so I'm gonna have to use a little persuasion here. Okay, this one looks like an awl, but I think someone else had a Cattaraugus knife, and it was also a Boy Scout knife, but it wasn't this one. It was made by the same company, but it had the tools. It had the bottle opener and the can opener and the screwdriver and all that. But they were saying that this, I guess you can call it an awl, but it's also a kind of a small chisel for woodwork. You can see it's supposed to be sharpened, or you can sharpen it kind of for smaller details in woodworking, whittling, whatever you're trying to make, to cut out the material more finely. So yeah, there you go. This is the knife, and the blades it comes with a big blade, smaller blade, and kind of a small chisel style blade. You see, these were carbon steel, I believe. I'm not sure, because you still see they're pretty shiny even after all these years, even with the rust kind of on top of it in places, but you can still see it has a kind of a really polished shine on them. And that's a look inside, and the inside is pretty clean, I have to say, because usually when I get these knives, they're full of dirt and lint and all kinds of stuff in here, and some rust usually. But this one's not too badly pitted, and it was pretty clean in there. That's how I found it. So all in all, not a bad find. I'm pretty happy with this knife. The shape it's in, I think this was jigged bone handles. The handles are in really nice shape, no cracks that I can see. There were 3 pins holding these handles on, and everything looks good. No real shrinkage or anything. Everything looks pretty much, I guess, the way it came from the factory. And the model, I think there's a model number here. Can't really see it too well. I think it's C2589 or something like that, or 2889. Let me see if I can. Let me zoom in one more time. See if we can make that out. It looks like C225 or 2689. I guess that's what the model number on this was. But there you go. There you have it. That's the Cattaraugus Boy Scout knife from the 30s. Alright guys, until next time.